that down, let's talk about this, shall we? The single greatest Warner Brothers DC television show ever is not Smallville. It's not Arrow. It's not Flash. It's not Superman and whatever what was the one with Dean Cain? What was that one called?
Lois and Clark and Lois and Clark.
Lois and Clark.
Yes, Lois and Clark.
Right, that's it. Isn't that? No.
They explored America.
They explored.
Okay, history lesson. Anyone out there? That's a history lesson.
That's a deep cut. Nope. It's Peacemaker. I'll stand on this one. I think Peacemaker is the greatest show DC's ever had on television. I couldn't believe it. And I was the guy who said, this looks stupid. I remember they were, first of all, why are you doing a B-level character from a B-level movie, period? And then they released the first clip. Remember the first clip was in the diner where Peacemaker comes in and he meets the rest of the team. They're all making fun of him and he's talking. And I thought, this looks like it was shot on a cell phone, number one. And this scene is not funny. And the whole joke is that he's got a pet eagle. This is stupid. And I was crapping on this show before it came out. And then the opening credits started. If you really want it, if you really want it. And I'm like, I'm in. And the show went on to become the best WB show ever. Anyway, so John Cena, they started shooting Peacemaker season 2.
You could call it Cena season 2.
Cena season 2.
Why not?
And he was just recently at a comic book convention called Comic Palooza. And during a live Q&A, young audience member got up and asked him a question I think a lot of people are wondering. Are we going to see you and Peacemaker cameo or appear in other DC projects other than Peacemaker? To which he said this. This came to us from Screen Rant. Read the following. At this year's Comic Palooza, Cena was asked about showing up in cameos throughout other DC Studios productions. While Peacemaker Season 2 is still being filmed, Cena gave the following response. And I watched the video of this. It's hilarious. It says, do you know who James Gunn is? He's got this look when you make him mad, and it's actually indescribable, and I don't ever want to see it again. So I'm just going to say, no comment. Do you know who James Gunn is? He's got this look when you make him mad, and it's actually indescribable. I don't want to ever see it again. So I'm just going to say no comment. And again, the video is there. If you guys want to go look it up, where he's saying that. It's pretty funny. To me, and this is what we fans do, we've got to interpret. We can't just take people for what they say. We movie fans have to be stupid sometimes and try to interpret. So I'm going to interpret. This sounds to me like the answer is yes, right? Like, it seems to me, and I could be wrong. This is pure speculation on fan speculation. Never assume, because it makes an asset of you and you. But to me, it's like, if he's not doing other stuff, there's no harm in saying, as of right now, no. James is very busy developing this universe. I've got a lot of stuff going on, and right now we're just really focused on Peacemaker season 2. We're laser focused on Peacemaker season 2 right now, and we'll see what the future holds. If you are doing something, you say, I can't say a thing. So I am interpreting this as him kind of hinting that we will, which makes sense. I mean, listen. Peacemaker is the single most successful thing. I mean, it was the #1 show in the world. It's like the most successful thing DC had going for a long time. And so the idea of bringing that character and, marinating it with some other of the properties with something that's already super popular seems to make sense to me. So I'm interpreting it that way. Rob, what did you take away from this?
Well, look, I think that obviously Peacemaker is James Gunn's baby. We saw James Gunn bring Peacemaker up and bring him in the Suicide Squad,
which was so good.
And look, I was dubious about the show too. I'm like, that's the show you're going to make? I mean, it's not like Peacemaker ever had a really definitive run in the comics that everyone's like, oh, it's like the Dark Knight Returns, but with Peacemaker. That's not what happened. So I know, because I have those comics. But to see what he did with that show, I mean, that was a big swing, that show. Yeah. And it really worked, I thought, quite well. And like you, I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. But look, do I think that Peacemaker's going to show up in Superman? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think you will either.
I don't, unless it's a background cameo thing, because they have to set a tone for this movie that they can't afford to shatter at any. I mean, they're juggling a lot of things, but so I don't think that's the case. But look, they're doing a Creature Commandos animated series. You know, that's the first thing out of the gate, and so and they're going to do all kinds of wacky stuff. So I would imagine, I think it's kind of a given that we're going to see Peacemaker show up in whatever that permutation of that universe is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Amanda Waller in the universe as well?
Oh yeah, they're gonna
So-
do series too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guarantee you we'll see him there
and
in
on
some way, shape, or form.
and on a bigger scope, like that's what I cannot wait for James Gunn's DCU is these characters like Peacemaker, like Rob said, no one knew about him, but then people cared about him after they saw this show.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see what characters he has like in the future in his.
Well, I mean, all the Creature Commandos
Yeah.
stuff is like the general audience don't know who any of these people
Right,
are,
but-
right?
But but I really wish I was there asking Xena a question. I would have asked him, how many Rick Flag appearances do you think there'll be?
Oh, now.
Oh,
Bitter.
man.
Bastard.
Still so better. Now, listen, back to the Superman thing. I agree. I don't think we're going to see him in Superman. What I won't be surprised, though, because obviously we're starting Superman in a world where there's already a lot of superheroes, right? We already know we got
Yeah.
Hawkgirl, we got Green Lantern, we got Mr. Terrific, we've got like all these different characters, right? While I don't think we're going to see Peacemaker in it, I won't be surprised at all if at some point, like they're taking stock of the problem, the trouble the world is facing, whatever the new crisis is. And they're going through a list of who should we get in touch of. And someone's going to bring up, what about Peacemaker? And like all five in the room go, no, or something like that. I could totally see them do something like that, like a reference, but probably not show up in it. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. Guys, are you tired of the rough and rigid jeans crushing your boys? Well, today's sponsor, The Perfect Jean, finally solved all of your denim difficulties. They make great looking, perfect fitting jeans that are as comfortable as sweatpants. The secret? A special denim fabric that is super soft and has the perfect amount of stretch so you can squat, do yoga, or just sit around all day without ever having to take them off. I'm going to admit I was a little bit skeptical because to me, jeans have always been jeans. They're practical, but not always the most comfortable. But I'm telling you guys, it's not an exaggeration. Once I put on these jeans, the Perfect Jean redefined what jeans can be to me. They're the perfect fit, they stretch, they breathe, and again, they're just insanely comfortable. So guys, it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc/Campea15. Our listeners get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns and free exchanges when you use code Campea15 at checkout. Again, that's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc/Campea15 and use the code Campea15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? John Cena, as Peacemaker, is saying that he can't talk about it. I think he's hinting that he is going to be popping up, and it would make a lot of sense to me. Maybe you think they should just keep him in his standalone series. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.